What's going on, guys? Jetxc here. Excuse me if I sound a little exhausted. I'm a bit under the weather. But I really want to get into the patch notes here, so we're going to keep on pushing. The April 23rd patch notes are out, and we got a look at Apostle Morpeah and what she does. So let's kind of go over everything. So the main chapter 17, Path of Trials, is coming up. I'm not going to read much into it, just in case. No spoils, but of course it'll be fully voiced. And then the season event for Black Moon will be updated, and we'll have the typical shop info. So pretty standard there, right? And let's keep it going. So we have guild raid updates. So guild raid is coming up. It looks like only top 10 guilds are well, before top 10 guilds are being shown, and then now it's the top 0.1% of guilds that will be shown. So that'll be nice for the whales and all that too as well. I think our guild is like 1.9%, so we're not quite there, but yeah. And yeah, they will be actually adjusting the turn-based bonus point system, and this is when you don't use a support unit at all. You're just using your own units, right? So it kind of incentivizes people that want to get to the top percentage to actually get the characters, right, instead of borrowing other people's characters. Okay, let's keep it going. So a skill cutscene for Thorn of the Desert Rubia costume will be added. The April developer notes are scheduled to be released on April 30th. We apologize for delay and ask for your understanding. We look forward to sharing exciting news with you April 30th. Okay, but I'm assuming this update, the Thorn of Desert's Rubia, we should get that cutscene, right? Okay, so Apostle Morpeah, guys, let's look into it. So, unfortunately, I gotta skip her design. I don't want to get knocked down here with the yellow mark, but we have Apostle Morpeah with a 3x3 range, so this is pretty interesting at 3 SP, at +0, 1 turn. Let's take a look. Deal magic damage to the enemy equal to 100% of your magic attack. Apply concentrated fire to the main target enemy for 2 turns. And then apply a 100% summon vulnerability to the enemy for 2 turns. So not only are we getting a concentrated fire, but we also get a 100% summon vulnerability for 2 turns. Now at +5, it's at 200%. Apply concentrated fire to the main target for 2 turns, and then apply 160 vulnerability to the enemy for 2 turns. So we'll really have to test this out, but it's really interesting here. So if you get all the potential, it's 1 SP, right? And then it goes from 160 to 180% vulnerability. Now, as someone that has Morpeah actually +5, so here's the strategy they're probably wanting to do here. You preemptively use Morpeah, Beach Morpeah, and her summons, right? At +5, it's 700%. So with that vulnerability, technically you're looking at like 860, which is kind of crazy, right? But yeah, you would use the skill. So instead of this skill here, you would use the 1 SP skill to get that extra 3x3 attack, and then finish it off with the summon vulnerability with each of these summon units, right? And yeah, like I said, if you have her +5, then it's going to do a lot of damage. So I don't know how this is really going to work out. I can tell you this, though. It's probably not going to be optimal for most people. You do, again, have to really set up. So I'd say for regular PvE content, maybe, honestly, maybe she should start looking pretty good for like fiend hunts and even guild raids, right? Because you can just activate that 1 SP skill. But then at the same time, you're using up 6 SP all at the same time there. So I don't know. We'll have to see how powerful it is. But that is an interesting skill there. I think for most people, they're probably just going to get a copy, because if you didn't read, it will be in the pub. So you'll be able to grab her in the pub for, I believe it's chapter 17, right? Yeah, the Apostle Morpeah costume appears in Story Pack 17 Safe Zone and can be recruited as a companion using the 5-star contract. Companion recruitment is available after recruiting or after clearing the main quest on normal difficulty. So that'll at least be able to get those of you a copy of her if you are caught up with the story and are able to beat previous chapters to get to 17, right? But yeah, we've got the weapon here, and we've got Thorn of the Desert Rubia, who's getting a new skill cutscene. Now, she's pretty interesting here. I'm just going to read it at +5. So Attack the enemy 3 times, dealing physical damage equal to 75% of your attack per hit. Apply burn to the enemy for 3 turns, dealing physical damage equal to 165% of your attack. And at +5, that's 3 SP, and then damage dealt increases by 35%. Burn damage by 50, and then another burn damage by 50, making it 100. So, I think a lot of people are just going to want to get a copy for the new skill cutscene. I really don't see the effort in pulling this unit, especially when we know we have like Collab and Annie coming up. So if you want to see that new cutscene, which they did kind of give us a sneak peek, I can't show it obviously. But yeah, that'll be worth it for a lot of you just to get 1 copy. Actually, I don't know how many copies of her I have. Let me see. How many? Because I haven't used Ruby in so long. Let me see here. How many copies of her do I have? I have her at +3. Okay, so +3. So I'll definitely be getting a little bit of tickets back. That'll be nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Here's the schedule, right? Morpeah, Desert, and then we have a rerun of Bright Moon Dalvey. So that'll be exciting for a lot of people that want to pick up Dalvey, and we'll kind of get to her when she comes out. And yeah, we got the Powder of Hope shop here, and then we've got issue bug fixes. So cool. That's probably about it. Honestly, I think most people are going to want to get a copy of both, at least, right, for the skill cutscene, obviously. I would recommend +1, but you know, I get it, when especially when there's a collab around the corner and a anniversary. So it is what it is. Okay, guys, I got to get out of here. Hopefully that helped. Later.